Hello everyone, welcome to our Madden video. Today we're going to face the Minnesota Vikings. And today we're going to play versus the Vikings, and we'll see who's going to win tomorrow's game.
Today.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Dancing away at the 35. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Cousins now. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They shakes him off. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
Okay, call me an admirer right here. How about the touch on that throw?
There was I like the timing catches, the short ones, but those rainbows that drop right in the bucket, something pretty about them.
Really is, and let's face it, we always talk about arm strength. We love the guys who can throw it through the car wash and the ball comes out dry. But those guys with touch, as we just saw there, those guys are valuable.
Uncorks one for Davis. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they are silly, and it leads to a play action sack. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 41, Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 36 yards on the play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Singletary again. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Running on first down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, second down. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen, and he fends him off. And fights him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Following the interception, Cousins. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Cousins to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, that's Sweeney. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one fielded at the 5. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Allen off the play fake. And nowhere to to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield equal.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there at 22. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing, Cousins. Open man, once again it's Thielen. And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Cook will score. Touchdown, Vikings. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go right back to Singletary. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this will come up short.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. From the red zone now, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bills offense back out onto the field. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. They start the drive with Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. To throw, Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Cousins to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down. Here's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Cousins. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, he's got to be careful with this game where it is, Charles, throwing those out patterns, right?
You're exactly right, because this is why we always hear teams say, late in the game, you're trying to close things out. You'll work the middle of the field more than the outside portion, because if you throw one out there that hangs a little bit or you float it, it can be picked off and returned for a touchdown. And boy, what a dramatic turn of events that would be.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Allen to throw. High throw, but the catch is made. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. To throw is Allen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. So that last touchdown sealed it their partner, and then the kickoff there at the end, just a formality to knock the final seconds off and send everyone home.
Yeah, it's awfully nice when you're kicking off late, knowing that even if you give up a big return or a touchdown, it doesn't matter.
Okay, we won the game. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you in the next football game for next week. Have a good evening.